Hello everybody, I am your host, PS Fanboy here, and welcome to a rather unique video on my channel. In light of my recent Let's Play Yugioh Legacy of the Duelist, I decided to review the top 51 worst cards I've ever seen in Yugioh. This list is from my own personal experience in the game. I took the Yugioh Legacy of the Duelist card collection, and I just found the 51 worst cards. No reason why it's 51, I just decided 51. Well, I just said it's 50 main deck cards and 1 fusion, but this list does not include any vanillas, with one exception, and you'll see why it's one exception when we get to it. But yeah, anyway, sit back guys, enjoy the video, and let's get started. Starting things off at number 51, we have Avalon. Oh, this horrible Noble Knight support card. It requires that you have 5 Noble Knight monsters in your grave, including at least 1 Artorias and at least 1 Wound Selenium monster. You banish all 5 and then nuke the field. It doesn't sound like a bad card, but the problem is, in Noble Knight decks you don't really play the Dark Wound Selenium, and the versions that I use, I do play the Synchro, but I hardly ever go into it because it's so easy to make the rank 5. So you hardly ever summon the thing to put it in the grave. If it didn't have the Artorias or Wound Selenium buffer, it wouldn't be such a bad card. In fact, I'd say it's borderline playable otherwise. But the way it stands, this card is bad. It's very bad. You gotta have so much in the grave for it to work. And I guess if you play the shitty field spell, it's fine too. But I do understand there are worse cards in the game. That's why this one's so high up on the list, because there are a lot of worse cards, guys. So anyways, that's number 51. And coming up at number 50, we have Appropriate. You activate this card when your opponent draws a card outside of his or her draw phase. After that, each time your opponent draws cards outside of his or her draw phase, you get to draw 2 cards. It doesn't sound like a bad card on paper. The reason it's on here is because everyone, back when Dueling Network was a thing, a lot of people who didn't know how to play the game played this, thinking it did something else when it didn't. They thought if you chained Appropriate to a card like Upstart Goblin, then you get to draw for the Upstart Goblin, which reality that's not how it works. You can only activate it when they draw the card, and then any further draws you get to draw. It's very bad, very delayed, and honestly it's so easily to remove with all the Twin Twisters and MSTs and other cards going around. So bad card, and you can't rely on your opponent drawing it unless they're playing some Exodia deck. And even then, are you really going to side Appropriate for Exodia? Come on, guys. And coming up at number 49, we have Cyber Tyrann. This horrible cyber support card was meant to be a way to get around cards like Power Bond. But it just doesn't do that, guys. Like, Damage Eater is such a better card than this. This thing isn't even a quick play. You have to summon this card and then tribute it off, wasting your supposed normal summon to make any effect damage you get for a turn 0. It's not even a quick effect, guys. This card is very weak. It has no versatility. It's barely a cyber card. I don't think you can really even search it. Yeah, it's a white machine, so that does count for some of the cyber support, but guys, no one's running this in their Cyber Dragon deck. Nobody is. It's really bad. It's mediocre, and it's a level fucking 3, guys. No one wants to use their normal summon for this card. They'd rather use their normal summon for a Core or a Zwei, something that will actually benefit their move. Hell, even Chronomaly Golden Jet, but not this thing. Bad card, inadequate, and just bad. But still, it's high up on the list because I think people would complain if we put it lower. And next up on the list, we have 3 Hump Lakuta. If there are 3 face-up Hump Lakuta cards on the side of the field, you tribute 2 of them to draw 3 cards. I know what you're thinking, but you can soul charge these things. Don't excuse that. Okay, I want to make something perfectly clear. I don't care what cards can do in a certain situation. I care about the cards in general. These cards are weak as fuck. They don't even have a big defense to back them up. They have 1500 defense, 500 attack, and you have to have 3 of them on the field to do anything. And it's a +1 at best. It's a very difficult +1. I don't see the point of this. This card's a horrible card, guys. Don't play it. Just bad. Next up is Armageddon Designator. You banish 1 card from your hand, and neither player can activate cards or the effects of cards with that name for the rest of this duel. Now, when I first read this card, I thought, maybe you did side deck for mirror matches, but then I remembered, shit, you can't use the card either. So if it's a mirror match, you're fucked. If you banish, say, a Graph, you just lost your draft for nothing. You took a Ned 1 so that your opponent could not activate their draft in, say, a PTA Fire match. Or, like, any of the Phantom Knight cards. It's so random, guys. Like, this card is so bad, and you can't rely on it. There's a ton of better side deck cards out there, guys. It's just not a good card. So that's Armageddon Designator, rounding at number 47. Coming up at number 46, guys, we have the Ancient Telescope, one of the earliest cards out of starter deck Kaiba. You see the top 5 cards of your opponent's deck, and then return them in the same order. It's a free Neg 1 that lets you see what your opponent will draw in 5 turns. That's horrible, guys. Like, with all the searching and going into the deck nowadays, those top 5 cards of the deck could easily change, man. Like how many times do we special summon from the deck nowadays? Like, fucking 70? Come on. This card is so bad. Like, it was never good. It's a free Neg 1. Don't play Ancient Telescope, guys. It's bad. But there are much worse. We're only at number 46, guys. It gets much worse. And at number 45, we have another useless card, Solomon's Warbird. You skip your next standby phase. Yeah, that's it. You skip your own standby phase, your next one. I guess, to its credit, cards like Lava Golem, or like fucking Messenger of Peace, if you're that low. I know there's a combo with like Destiny Hero Doom Lord, but no one's Destiny Heroes aren't even half good. They're like tier 7. It's bad. Don't play it. And at number 44, we have one of the trolliest cards that was ever on Dueling Network. Convulsion of Nature. As long as this card remains face up on the field, both players flip their decks. Yep. That's it. You just flip your deck upside down. This card was one of the trolliest cards on Dueling Network because you couldn't... There was a way to do it, but it was like you had to banish your entire deck face up and keep track of what was already banished. And guys, it was a fucking mess, and Convulsion Nature is garbage. Don't play Convulsion Nature. Ned 1 doesn't do anything to be MST. Not that I think anyone would waste an MST on this. Bad card. Now, coming up at number 43, we have Senate Switch. Once per turn, during your main phase, you can move a monster on the other side of the field to an adjacent unoccupied monster zone. This card implies that it's illegal to move your monsters while they're in their zones. I never knew that, guys. God, all the times I could have been disqualified in tournaments for fucking moving my monsters because I have OCD. Like if I have 2 monsters out, I don't want like 1 in zone 1 and 1 in zone 4. I like them like 2 and 4. I'm like that. How many times have I gotten fucking disqualified? Guys, rule sharks. Keep a copy of Senate Switch in your wallet. Like, man, you just cheated. You moved your monsters. Fucking pull your wallet out. Senate Switch is a card. Oh, fuck, man. At number 42, we have Big Win. Exclamation point, question mark. You declare a level between 1 and 12. Each player then tosses a coin, and if both are heads, the levels of all face-up monsters you currently control become the declared level. If both are tails, you lose life points equal to the declared level. Not only is this card a neg 1 no matter what you do, you have essentially a 33.333 repeating, of course, chance of this working. You either get double heads, double tails, or halfway. It's a horrible card, very chancy. Dude, there's a card, I can't remember what it is, but it's like you discard a card and like all monsters become the declared level of like 1 level monster in your field. This card is horrible, and you can potentially burn yourself 500 times. Dude, you declare level 4, that's already 2k damage. Like, Jesus. Horrible card, don't play Big Win. And at number 41, we have Absolute End. Attacks only during your opponent's turn. This turn, the attacks from your opponent's monsters become direct attacks. That's how it's worded, guys. It's a piece of shit. It's like that one, what's that awful Toon card? Toon Defense. It does the same thing, but for Toons. This card's garbage. That card too, but at least this one, it's chainable. Why would you want to do that? I guess if you really want to save your monsters, but that sounds like a horrible. Don't play Absolute End, guys. Ugh, and coming up at number 40, Senri Eye. Much like Ancient Telescope, once per turn, during each of your standby phases, you can pay 100 life points to look at one card on the top of your opponent's deck and return it to its original position. Your opponent cannot look at the card. Very descriptive. Wow. What you did to see what they're going to draw at a cost of 100 life points. This horrible spell that doesn't do anything. It's garbage. It's a once per turn Ancient Telescope, but only for one card and at the cost of 100 life points. That is the biggest waste of 100 life points in a long time, guys. Horrible. And at number 39, we have Enervating Mist, a continuous trap that reads your opponent's hand size limit becomes 5. Wow, one card less. What they fucking do? It's so bad. Why would you run this? Why? Why would you run this card? It's terrible. They have one less card they can hold in their hand. What the fucking do? I guess maybe Exodia, so they have to discard their fucking battle faders or something. I don't fucking know. Bad cards, bad. Number 38 is a weird one. It's Allure Queen number 7. Yeah, I got that sexy art for you. Once per turn during your main phase, if this card was special summoned by the effect of Allure Queen 5, you can select one monster your opponent's out of the field and equip it to this card. Only one monster, one card at a time to equip to do this effect. If this card will be destroyed in battle, equip monsters destroyed instead. Why not just play Relinquished? There's a million cards to search ritual cards. And it does the same thing, plus it can be stronger than 1500. This card is terrible. It is horrible. And guys, I didn't put them in the video, but look up Allure Queen 5 and 3. They are terrible level up monsters. The entire Allure Queens are terrible. They're inconvenient to summon. And if you tribute summon it, you don't even get the effect. Like, at least if it was like you could tribute summon Allure Queen and still use it. It probably wouldn't have made the list, but you can't. You have to use it by the effect of Allure Queen 5. So you can't even fucking level up into this and have it count. It's bad. Bad card. Horrible, horrible Allure Queen. Coming up at number 37, we have the Dream Clown. When this card is changed from attack position to defense position, destroy one monster on your opponent's side of the field. Doesn't sound so bad, right? It's a warrior, so you can search it by Rhoda. But, dude, it has 1200 attack. So you have to normal summon this thing, hope it does not die, then change it to defense on your next turn. Yes, there are cards that can make it change to defense. I don't care. Guys, if you just want a monster that will destroy one monster, play fucking Man-Eater Bug. Like, come on. You want those classic? Play Man-Eater Bug. It's a million times better than this piece of shit. Dream Clown, you're bad. I don't care if you can be searchable by Rhoda. You're garbage, sir. I don't care if you can be summoned by Giant Rat. You are garbage, sir. Now, this is a card I planned on having lower on the list, but I realized it's not so bad. Relay Soul lets you special summon one monster from your hand. While it is face up on the field, you take no damage. When it leaves the field, your opponent wins the duel. Yes, this is one of the only cards in the game that can give you a lose condition, but there's a good side. You can overlay the monster as an Exceeds material, guys, and it doesn't count as leaving the field. So, it's not that bad. I still don't recommend it. If that monster that's like Bottomless or like Torrential, it's still bad, but like I did see the use. I honestly should have put it higher on the list than this. So yeah, Relay Soul. It honestly should be like at number 50. It's not that bad, guys. And coming up at number 35, we have the Aegis of Gaia. You gain 3,000 life points. And if this card is removed from the field, take 3,000 damage. So what's the fucking point? You gain life, but if this card's destroyed or removed in any way, you lose the life. Don't play the card. Oh yeah, card shuffle. Studart8 taught us about this all the time. One of my favorite YouTubers. You pay 300 life to shuffle either deck, your opponent's or your own, and you can use this effect during your turn once per turn. 300 life, shuffle the fucking deck. And your opponent can't say no. I think this is next level meta, guys. Card shuffle. Teach them, stackers. You get to shuffle their deck. 300 life. Great card, guys. Great card. Number 33 is Localized Tornado. Shuffle all cards from your hand and graveyard into the deck. I saw someone comment on a video that it's a way that you can avoid being decked out. Guys, Morphing Jar is banned. Like, the mill decks don't really exist anymore. I can't think of any deck that's even remotely rogue right now that focuses on milling your deck. Like, I guess Ghost Trick? But I feel like there's better cards to side for Ghost Tricks. And that's only some build of Ghost Trick. Don't play Localized Tornado. It's shit. Number 32 is Rocket Arrow Express. This card reads that it cannot be normal summon or set. Must be special summoned from your hand by controlling no cards, and cannot be special summoned by other ways. You cannot conduct your battle phase the turn you special summon this card. You cannot activate cards or effects, or set any cards. During each of your standby phases, destroy this card unless you send every card in your hand to the graveyard with a minimum of 1. It's a 5,000 point beater. But it can't have anything defend it while it exists. There is one good side to this card. It's like Great Maju Garzet, because if you tribute this, then it has like 10,000 attack. But, like, really, why would you build a deck like that? This card's bad. I don't recommend playing it. Because you can't activate anything. Enter the battle phase, you cannot, during special summon card, you cannot activate anything. This card's bad. Don't play Rocket Arrow Express. Bad card. Number 31 on the list is Altar for Tribute. You select one monster on your side of the field and send it to the graveyard to increase your life points by an amount equal to the original attack of the monster. It's a Ned 2 for life. Yup, it doesn't even destroy the card, so you can't like get a destroyed effect. No, it sends it. Fun fact, while making this video, there's a card called Blast Potion or something, where it does the same thing, but it does destroy the monster, so that one's a little bit better. No, it's not. No, it's not, guys. It's not better. Fuck it. And coming up at number 30 is Foolish Revival. You select a monster from your opponent's graveyard and special summon it in face-up defense on your opponent's side of the field. I cannot think why this card would be useful. It is god-awful. Give your opponent a free monster. It's a free Ned 2. One of the worst cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! But we're only at number 30, guys. We still have a lot to go. We have a lot more cards. Buckle in your seatbelts, so this is when it starts to get funny. Oh yeah, and what's funnier than one of the most fucking situational traps in the game? Dark Scorpion combination. You can only activate this card when there are Don Zawood, Cliff the Trap Remover, Dark Scorpion, Chick the Yellow, Dark Scorpion, Gord the Strong, and Dark Scorpion Meanie the Thorn face up on your field. Side of the field. During this turn, any of these 5 cards can attack your opponent's life points directly. In that case, the battle damage inflicted to your opponent by each of these cards becomes 400. What? Okay, so you gotta get all the Dark Scorpions out on your field, and if that wasn't challenging enough, this Neg 1 trap only lets you deal a maximum of 2k damage. Yeah, like, dude, I understand if this was like they all attack direct and there was no buff, but there's nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing here. It's horrible. It's terrible. At number 28, we have Armatile, the Chaos Phantom. Yeah, fanboys try, but your boss monster is shit. This requires Uriah, Ward of Syrian Flames, Hammond, Ward of Striking Thunder, and Reveal, Ward of Phantasms. This card can only be special summoned from your extra deck by removing from play the above cards you control. You don't use Polymerization. This card can't be destroyed by battle, and it deals 10,000 attack during your turn only. Wow, guys. Wow. It doesn't pop anything, doesn't spin anything, has no immunities. First of all, each of those monsters are fucking difficult to summon as themselves. If this card's horrible. Yeah, it can't be destroyed by battle, but I'd play Marshmallow over this piece of garbage. Fuck you, Armatile. You're hard to summon. Get out of here. Okay, guys, this is a big one. Number 27 is Eitsu, Soitsu, Koitsu, and Doitsu. Say that 5 times fast. These cards are garbage. Doitsu and Soitsu are a bit more innocent, but Koitsu and Eitsu are garbage cards. I'm sorry that Koitsu's in Spanish and Doitsu's a bit boring. I will read them. Doitsu says, once per turn, you can equip this card to a Soitsu you control, or unequip it to special summon it in attack position. When equipped to a monster by this card's effect, that monster gains 2,500 attack points. A monster can only be equipped with one union monster at a time. If the equipped monster will be destroyed in battle, this card is destroyed instead. So this one's not too bad. It and Soitsu are a bit more innocent, but Koitsu reads, once per turn during your main phase, if you control this card on the field, you can equip it to Eitsu as an equipped spell card, or unequip the Union monster and special summon it in face-up attack position. When equipped to a monster by this card's effect, increase the attack of the equipped monster by 3,000 points. When it attacks with an attack that is higher than the defense of a defense position monster, inflict the difference as battle damage to your opponent's life points. 3,000 point beater that does piercing. Doesn't sound bad. Yeah, well, take in mind that Eitsu is level 5. This is level 10 or something. So, unless you like mill them and revive them with shit like Soul Charge or Call of the Haunted, that's never going to happen. They are terrible cards, and it's a terrible combo. Do not play it. Sorry that Koitsu's in Spanish. I didn't realize that till I did in the video. And at number 26, we have the Inexperienced Spy. You select and see one card in your opponent's hand. Yup. That's it. That's all she wrote, folks. No need to explain why that's bad. It's just bad. Speaking of cards that do nothing, Pyroclast of Destiny, number 25. Move the turn count forward by 1. The turn in which this card is activated continues as normal. That's it. Let's say you're on turn 16. Oh, it's now turn 17. No one's turn changes. It just now it's turn 17. Someone tell me how that's useful. How? Any card out there? Someone tell me how can you use this? I might check Yugioh Wiki later, but I don't think this work for like final countdown. I don't even fucking know, guys. Up next at 24 is Blast Juggler. You can only activate this card's effect during your standby phase. Tribute this face-up card to select and destroy exactly two, face-up monsters with an attack of 1,000 or less. Wow, that is situational garbage that needs to be done. So you can't fucking normal summon it, tribute it off, and get a double its out force. No, you have to. Technically, yes, it's a +1, but it's so situational. It might as well not be. It is with weak ass stats like that. Who's gonna run this? It's so trash, guys. Don't play Blast Juggler. At number 23, we have Dark Sage. Oh, God. Oh, God, is it bad. It can't be summoned or set. It must be special summoned from your hand or deck, at least it has that going for it, by attributing Dark Magician immediately after applying the effect of Time Wizard, in which you called the coin toss right. Would special summon this way? You have to add a spell. Okay, I'll admit it's a +1. I'll admit it's cool you can summon it from the deck. But you have to get out Dark Magician and then summon your Time Wizard, do the effect of Time Wizard right, which is one of the most fucking 50-50 cards ever, and if you lose the Time Wizard, you lose then you lose the Dark Magician. Why? No. Bad. It's not even like a level 8, so you can like trade in the fucker. No, it's level 9. Fuck you, Dark Sage. Fuck you. At number 22, we have Cold Feet. You cannot activate, set, or use the effects of any spell or trap cards this turn. Someone's gonna bring up the argument of Mystical Rev Panel. Alright, who's the trolls in the comments gonna be bringing up Mystical Rev Panel? I don't care that you can use Mystical Rev Panel with Cold Feet, or probably a lot of other cards on this list. It is bad. You're not gonna do it. There's better cards. Why would you play that combo when you can play Twin Twisters? But really, you're not... Like, fuck this card. No one be a troll. Or do, I don't care. Number 21 is Cup of Ace. Toss a coin. If heads, draw 2 cards. If tails, your opponent draws 2 cards. It's either a +1 or a Ned 3. That lets your opponent +2. Oh god. Why do I see fucking scrubs play this card so much? This card is so bad, guys. Cup of Ace is either a Pot of Greed or a Gift of Greed. Don't play Cup of Ace. There are better... Dude, guys. We have shit like... You have your 1 Upstart Goblin. You can play shit like Card of Demise or Pot of Duality. Even Match C. You don't need Cup of Ace. Cup of Ace is trash. Hell, even play Reckless Greeds. I can see the allure of Reckless Greed. It's not a bad card. But this is just stanky garbage. Hey, we were just talking about this card. Haha, Gift of Greed. Your opponent draws 2 cards. It's a free Ned 3. Gee willikers! Your opponent draws 2 cards! Mill decks are extinct. Don't fucking say that. I know people are. And oh, but if you use it with appropriate, it's really good. No, it's not really good. Stop that. Stop saying, like, don't give me these obscure as hell, non-realistic card combinations that no one's gonna use. Don't do it. I know people are, I know people are gonna do. Oh, but if you use this card with this card, well, this is on the field. Fuck you. Next, at number 19, my Valentine used it in the show to steal Wayne Dragon of Raw. It's the Amazoness Chainmaster. Sexy as hell with them legs, but this card is stanky as hell with that effect. When this monster is destroyed as a result of battle and sent to the grave, you pay 1,500 life, look at your opponent's hand, and you can steal a monster card from their hand. Wow. So, this thing, you must summon it somehow. Hope it dies. Pay 1,500 life for the chance that they'll have a monster in their hand for you to steal. Like, what if you're against PK Fire? Like, what are you gonna take? A fucking seer? Calcab? You're not gonna be able to fucking use that. Garbage, Chainmaster. Garbage. At number 18, you have Zone Eater. A monster attacked by this card will be destroyed during the end phase of the 5th turn after the attack. What? Where's Dream Clown? Dream Clown's great compared to this. So let me get this straight. You have to attack an opponent's monster. You have to attack it, take some damage, lose a monster, and in 5 turns, it will be destroyed. What the fuck is this? It's a McDonald's card, if you guys didn't know. Fucking garbage. Garbage. Don't play Zone Eater. It is trash. Ugh. What if they had Caesar Synchro with it? Alright, guys. Coming up at number 17 is Sheen Spy. You select one face-up monster on your side of the field and give control of it to your opponent to the end phase. Wow. Hey guys, you know what random obscure card this is good with? Amoeba, because if you give that to your opponent, they take 2,000 damage. Shut up. Don't care. I saw that card when we're picking the cards with this fucking video. I don't care. It's a horrible card. No one's gonna play Amoeba. No one's gonna play Sheen Spy. You know why? Because they're terrible. They're terrible. Coming up at number 16 is Self-Mummification. You select one monster you control and send it to the grave. So you have to summon a monster, or set it, and send it to the grave. Not even destroy it. Nope. Ned 2. that's enough said about that one. At number 15, we have Heroic Gift. If your opponent's life points are 2,000 or less, you make their life 8,000 and draw 2 cards. Wow. And you don't have to have one per turn. Wait, at least if you do chain 3 of them, 2 more of these, and get 6 cards at the price of doing them all that way, I would have had it higher on the list, but no, this card is garbage. You give them 6,000 life just for 2 cards. Wow, guys. Wow. Wow. There's actually someone in the fucking Legacy of the Duelist who uses this. I don't remember. He had fucking red hair. I don't know what his name is, but he uses this, and it's a piece of shit. At number 14, we have an unfortunate report. Oh no. Your opponent conducts their next battle phase twice. Oh, I hear you. Oh, but if you use it with Savage Coliseum and Final Attack Orders and you bow it can... I don't care. That's an oddly specific circumstance, and you wouldn't play this. It's a Ned 1. Don't give me that. I know. I've read Yugioh Wiki for most of these cards. I don't care. They're bad. They're bad. Shut up. Coming up at number 13, we have the Humble Sentry. Wow. You reveal your hand, choose 1 card from your hand, and shuffle into your deck. You gotta show your opponent what you're holding, then return 1 of your cards. It's a neg 2, plus your opponent gets all the knowledge of everything you're holding. No! This card is laughably bad. Oh, it's so stanky. It's stanky. Oh, the stank in this video. Oh, it's stanky. And at number 12, we have Card of Sanctity. You banish all other cards you control, and in your hand, minimum of 1 from each. Draw until you have 2 cards in your hand. So this requires you have a card on your field, a card in your hand. You banish everything. Draw 2. This is at most a neg 1. It can't be less than that because you got to have at least 2 cards. So you're using 3 cards minimum to draw 2. Wow, guys, this card is so bad. This card was fucking great in the anime. What a story! In I think it was Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Duel Academy. This card was in the game, but it had the anime effect written on the card. So it said each player draws what sits in their hand. So I thought that's what it did, when it didn't. It actually did this effect, but it didn't say it did that effect anywhere. So yeah, it was kind of like a fuck you when I used it in Exodia deck. At number 11, we have possibly the worst hero card out there, Burst Return. You can only activate this card while there's a face-up Elemental Hero Burstinatrix on your field. Okay, situational. Return to the owner's hands all monsters on the field that include Elemental Hero in their card name except for Burstinatrix. Don't say it's good in a mirror match. No one's playing Burst Return. No one's playing Burstinatrix. Fuck you if you're saying that. Coming up at number 10, guys, we have Yarukaru. And this one's Dream Clown on crack. It says, when this card is changed from attack to defense, this shit again, you can place any number of cards from your hand at the bottom of the deck in any order you desire. What were they smoking? So you have to summon it and attack. Like with Call of the Haunted, I presumed you wouldn't normally summon this in any situation. Change it to defense and neg as much as you are holding that you want. How is this useful? Okay, don't say Infernities, because no Infernity player at their hype were playing Yarukaru, okay? No, but no Infernities were playing Yarukaru. It's so bad. And at number 9, we have Destruction of Destiny. You send the 3 cards from the top of the deck to the grave and take 1,000 damage for each spell or trap sent to the grave this way. I hear ya, Mystical Rev Panel people. You're saying this works with Rev Panel? I don't care. It's garbage. Bad garbage. Yeah. Number 08, we have a card Pegasus used in the anime, Jigen Bakudan. It has a flip effect that reads, after this card is flipped, tribute it during your standby phase to destroy all monsters you control and inflict damage equal to half of the total attack of the destroyed monsters, excluding himself, to your opponent. It's a neg however monsters in your field to inflict a moderate amount of burn at best. If anyone out there plays Jigen Bakugan, let's duel, because you're probably a scrub and I kicked your ass. Coming up at number 7, we have Single Purchase, a rather new card actually. If you have 3 or more cards in your hand other than this card and none of them are monsters, banish your entire hand face up to add any monster from your deck to your hand. And if you do, you cannot no more or special summon any monsters except for that monsters with that name for the rest of the turn. Wow, guys. This is a Ned 3 right off the bat, but it's also situational. And you can't even use the monster you search to, like making it Seize Summon or a Synchro Summon. Wow. Konami, what were you selling? That poor Pot of Duality. I hate the fact that I gotta see such a good card in such a bad card. Fuck me. Pot of Generosity. Oh, they were having some pot when they were smoking this one. Return 2 cards from your hand to the deck, then shuffle your deck. Do I even need to explain why that's bad? Shut up, Mystical Rev Panel people. No, I don't. I don't have to explain why that's bad. That's garbage. Oh, Infernities? Don't care. Bye. Oh, God. Number 5. Dark Designator. Declare 1 monster card name. If the declared card is in your opponent's deck, you add 1 of that card to your opponent's hand. This is a neg 2. It gives your opponent any card that you think is in their deck. Under what circumstance is this good? How? I can't even say Mystical Rev Panel this time, because your opponent will just declare something stupid and make it not work. Horrible card. And at number 4, Appointer of the Red Lotus. Not only does this card have one of the most hideous, nightmare-inducing artworks ever made in the game, you pay 2,000 life, reveal your hand, then look at your opponent's hand, select 1 card, and remove that card from play until your opponent's next end phase. Wow. Both players reveal their hand. You remove 1 card in their hand for play until their end of their turn. At 2,000 life points. And it's a trap. For extra kick in the teeth. And it's just ugly to look at. Tell me that image doesn't give you nightmares. Ugh. Gross. And at number 3, Chosen One. Oh, God. It's like Single Purchase, but worse. You select 1 monster card and 2 non-monster cards from your hand. Your opponent randomly selects 1 card amongst them, and if it is a monster card, it's special summoned, and the other 2 go to the grave. If not, you send all the cards to the grave. It's either a neg 3 or a neg 4. It can't be better. I guess if you discarded Oja Magic, it would break even at not doing anything. What the fuck is this card? This card is terrible. Terrible. It's bad. Don't play Chosen One. It's horrible. No one should play Chosen One. It's one of the worst cards out there. Garbage. And at number 2, Destructive Draw. Oh, God. If either player has no cards in their hand at the start of their draw phase, they can draw 1 more card in addition to their normal draw. This card's controller loses 700 life points during their end phase. And if they have less than 700, they become 0 instead. When this card is removed from the field, inflict 3,000 damage to the player who controlled it. This card can kill you, and requires you have nothing in your hand in order to even get that extra draw. Why? Why would you play this? This is one of the worst cards I've ever seen. At least Guarded Treasure didn't have a downside. And if they should Twin Twister it or MST it, 3,000 damage. And it costs us 700 points a turn, regardless as if you draw. And it can kill you. Oh. Guys, we've seen a lot of garbage in this video. So many cards that were complete bullshit that should never have been printed. But what's the worst? What is the bottom of the barrel? The number one worst card in the game. The card that makes Destructive Draw look good by comparison. Guys, it took me a long while to think of anything worse than Destructive Draw. And I had a big list of cards for this video. And I didn't think there was anything worse. But then, this one card was so insulting, so hard to use, so pointless in its existence, that it just was so insulting I had to put it as number one. Guys, our number one card is Larvae Moth. Oh, God. This card has no reason to exist. None whatsoever. It is the most garbage card in the history of the game. You do not get worse than Larvae Moth. You cannot get worse than Larvae Moth. Okay, let's break this card down. It is a level 2 Earth Attribute Insect Effect monster with 500 attack and 400 defense. If that wasn't enough to make you think it's worthless, then its effect will. This monster can't be normal summon or set. This card can only be special summoned by attributing Petite Moth on the end of the second. I'm sorry, not on the end. Attributing Moth on the second of your turns, after Petite Moth has been equipped with Cocoon of Evolution. So you have to summon Petite Moth, summon Cocoon of Evolution, equip Cocoon to Petite Moth, hope it doesn't get MST'd, hope it doesn't get Twin Twistered, hope Petite Moth doesn't die, wait 2 whole turns, hope your opponent's just so bad they don't know what to do, then sacrifice both for a monster that does nothing, has no special abilities that anyone cares about, and it's just 500 attack and 400 defense. Why would you ever summon this? I know, you can summon it off of a wild monster appears. But why wouldn't you just, you know what also can be summoned off of that? The actual Great Moth. Why would you not make that if you were so desperate for Moth? Larvae Moth has no reason to exist, much less be as hard to summon as it is. It is grossly insulting how incompetent of a card. To think anyone would waste their time summoning this, making it, drawing the art for it, buying it. It's garbage. That's why it's number one, because it's so insulting of a card. It's so insultingly bad that I had no choice. At least some of the other cards in this video, you could say they do work like Supplemental Red Panel, or Destructive Draw lets you at least draw. But Larvae Moth does nothing. And they make you struggle to get this card that does nothing. There have been other cards in this list that do nothing, but at least they were innocent, like Pyroclast Destiny. It does nothing, but at least it's just a trap you just activate it. No, they make you work hard to get this card that does nothing. That's why it's number one. Ugh. But in short, guys, this list was actually hard to make, as there are a lot of cards in this game that do have some use, or at least they give you nostalgia. And I guess Larvae Moth can give you nostalgia, I guess, if you really want it. But guys, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a great game, and honestly, these few cards are just a tiny portion of otherwise a ton of cards out there, a lot of which are really good, or at least adequate in some degree. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you liked any of the cards on this list, it's just my opinion. These are the 51 worst cards I've ever seen. And I hope that you never run any of them. Well, guys, I'll see you all next time. Remember to like, comment, subscribe down below for more content. Facebook, Twitter links are down in the description below. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!